Hello everybody. So I have Windows Starter Edition here, and I am going to show you an alternative way to get Windows Service Pack 1 other than using the automatic updates. So, starters, open up your favorite web browser, type Google, go to Google. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to make this bigger so that way you can see it. So we're going to do and this particular way works on all editions of Windows 7. So you click this right here. And it's just easier to do it this way. Right, you click that. So I'm running Windows Starter, only comes in 32-bit, so I'm going to use x86. Download it. I always download it to the desktop, so that way it's easy access. Now, I like doing it this way because the Windows Service Pack will have all the updates to that Service Pack. So you're not sitting there for 20 minutes. If you have a really slow network, I worked at a place where the guy had a really slow network. And I figured this way out a long time ago, so I was doing it this way. Well, what the problem is I didn't have time to let stuff sit there, so I was doing it this way. But anyway, if you have a really slow network, this will be your best bet, because the place I was working at, it took 20 minutes to download all the updates. 20 minutes. And then I had to install Service Pack 1. When you do the update, Service Pack 1 came about. Well, if you do it this way and install Service Pack 1 manually, that'll take maybe about 5 to 7 minutes, depending 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how fast your computer is. You can cut down the time. Instead of 20 minutes, it might only take you 10 or 15. Which is a big deal when you're working in a business. Time is money, as they say. So, as I stated earlier, the Service Pack 1 will have all the updates till Service Pack 1. Then you do the automatic updates for the rest. So basically, I like to say this is shortcutting it, because it basically is. Comes up, because if I would do all the updates automatically, even though I'm working on a semi-fast network, not everybody has a fast network. So when I was building something for somebody one time, this was a long time, I think I was building something for myself, I don't really remember who it was for. I did it this way because I like to figure out ways to do things quicker that I know is going to work. Because a lot of stuff now needs Service Pack 1 to run. And also, if you're going to update to Windows 10 from Windows 7, because when I do it on here, I just put install Windows 7 and just did the update. If you have Service Pack 1 installed, it will not need some of the updates that it needs, because they're already there. Because it took a long time, and I figured out that it was basically doing the older updates that should have already been done. So if I had Service Pack 1 in there, it would have cut down some time. And always check automatically restart computer, so that way it does it by itself. And what I recommend doing is, if you build a computer for somebody, don't download it on their machine, download it on yours, burn it to a disk, and put it on here. So, it's always good to have an alternative method. The the place I was working at, the guy had Time Warner Business Class, but he had the old 20 megabit per second modem. And he didn't know you could get one that was scalable, like the one that's in another room that we have. But if you do it this way, because the automatic updates, it will install it, but the problem is you have to install every update up to that to do it automatically. Well, if you just go and download the software, the service pack itself, you basically bypassed everything else, so it's going to take less time, as I stated before. And again, this is just another way to do it. And this will take a little bit, but once it gets to about here, it just goes. So now, the time it would take to actually download all the updates to Service Pack 1, I'm using that time to install it. And yes, when you're working at a computer shop like I was, time is important because you want to make sure you get customers' machines in there, in and out. And a little bit about Starter Edition. Starter Edition only comes in 32-bit. It's basically the most stripped down edition of Windows 7 you can get. I like to call it to people who just turn it on to go on the internet. When Windows 7 came out, like my grandparents, all they used their computer for is to send email, Skype, and do all that. This is what's good for, but I'm just using it to demonstrate this. The reason I like doing it this way is I'm going to sound like a control freak, but I like to be in the control of the situation. So let's say you're having a problem with one update, okay? You use it this way, it's going to have that particular update before Service Pack 1. And what's nice about this is since you install, you can walk away, come back, have it be done. You do automatic updates, you walk away and come back. Because I installed a piece of software that needed Windows Service Pack 1. Now what they're doing, when you update to Windows 10, they're going by, 1520037, 1532008. Instead of doing the service packs, what they're doing is they're going by how Linux does it and how by Mac OS X, how Apple does it with the Mac OS X. So instead of Service Pack 1, 2, 3 to do fixes, it's like taking a piece of drywall, putting a bunch of holes in it, and that Service Pack, I have a good example here. Let me. I'll show you. Okay, so I have this piece of paper here. If you could see that there's holes, I drew circles, resembling holes in a piece of drywall. So here's what happens. You download Service Pack 1, it'll, let's say, fix this one, it'll fix this one, it'll fix this one, and it'll fix this one. Okay? Well, the problem is after that Service Pack, they find more, so they release Service Pack. I know there's not Service Pack 2 for Windows 7, but Windows XP there was Service Pack 2, so it would fix this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They released Service Pack 3. There's still holes, so with Windows 10, when they go, let's say from 1102, that say this is the version of Windows 10. They go to, let's say you haven't done updates in a while, that goes to 1104. Well, you see these circles? It basically does this. That's why service packs are important. And this KB 976932 on the Windows Service Update Server, this is the update number. Now the computer that I'm running on is not the newest hardware, so it is taking a little longer. I forgot to also mention that the same Service Pack 1 for Windows 7 is also used for Windows Server 2008. And as you can see, the numbers are changing a little bit. If I got that right. Yeah, the numbers are changing. And now I set it up to automatically restart, so that's what's happening. Now it's still configuring. What I notice most of the time is it goes to like 30-35%, then it restarts and keeps going. And now it is installed. So that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.